Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome one, welcome all, welcome to the Colgreat Meme Tournament. I hope you guys have had a great weekend so far, and a great Sunday, because we're going to keep things going here. With some forts, I want to say thank you to everybody who's stopping by at the start here, as things are, well, they're going. This is part 2 of the Colgreat Meme Tournament. We'll be going through the semifinals, then through the finals. We've had some mild delays to the start already. There's some cat herding conundrums going around. So we're just gonna hang out and chat for a little bit while we get things going. Get things started proper. Hello there, Jamming, Wavy Cookie, Turkleton, OG, and then Ness, Genio, Phoenix Knight, Tired Beanbag, welcome in. Cinnamon rolls, you say? Oh. A full batch or half batch of cinnamon rolls? Oh my. Cinnamon rolls do sound like a good time. Was it there's a place near me. It's literally a farm. And then they opened up a bakery. And they make cinnamon rolls. Like legendary tier cinnamon rolls. You mentioned cinnamon rolls and now I just have cinnamon rolls on my brain. And this is all your fault. I blame you for this. Hello there, Stefan. Catch a live stream? Yes. Fresh cinnamon rolls sound incredible? Yes. Yes, yes they do. I am a fan. You've never played a high seas match before. Any recommendations on how to play for them? Mechanically, they are not much different than well, I guess that's not true. Like, fundamentally, they work the same in that, you know, you build mines, you build turbines. The mines and the turbines operate a little bit differently. Where the mines act like turbines, and turbines act like turbines that you've rotated 90 degrees. The big thing is getting used to the wobble, as high seas has, you know, a lot of boats. And getting used to the water mechanics and the wobble of it takes a little bit of practice. You kind of just have to trust that the water will support your fort, and it does. Anti-air is very important, because everything, a lot of the high seas unique weapons, or DLC weapons, are defeated by anti-air. You know, you have the deck gun, you have the orbital laser, you have both types of aircraft. Like everything needs anti-air. shotguns are very effective, which means manual anti-air. So that's related. High seas, it's mechanically easy to build wide and tall. Collapses in high seas tend to happen from capsizing as opposed to crunching. As Stefan comes in with the Prime Gaming. Congratulations, friend. You've gained access to all the beautiful emotes here on the channel, as well as on the Discord. Enjoy, and thank you. I like Prime Gaming. It's very effective. Those planes look like death. They can be a lot of damage, yes. Everybody East Coast gonna be ready for severe weather tomorrow. Severe weather every day for me. Have you seen rain so dense that you can't see down the street every day of your life forever? Welcome to the tropics. What's the delay today? The world may never know. Cat-shaped? Yes, cat-shaped is the delay. Are you betting on today? Honestly, I'm probably betting on the tournament being cancelled. We'll see. Hello there, Tony E. Stark 316. What do you think of all that new modding? Wheels, planes, submarines, etc. I think it's cool. I'm particularly partial to the planes, thematically. The wheels are neat. I do like the wheels. Submarines feel like regular forts, but colored differently. It's like forts, but if you just changed it. Just changed the theme. Which is fine. It's well made. You see some uploads of the new mods? We've done live streams with them all. I have struggled to make standalone content for them, like edited videos with them. They're mechanically difficult to do. But it is on the list of things that I am doing. So, yes. We'll see what that actually looks like in the end. The problems with those mods are the exception of the submarines one. The other two mods, the wheels and planes, are both in all of their iterations. They are complex to a point where the average player fails to operate them. And that causes issues with the flow of the game. You end up with matches that go 30 minutes and nothing gets done because the players are still trying to figure out how to operate the mods. I mean, how many times have we been on stream and you get, you know, you get a whole hour long match of tank forts. Talk about land forts, land cruisers, yeah. You could never get into that mod. Most people can't. It's like, oh yeah, I just spent the past 15 minutes building a tank, and now I'm rolling out, and I self-destruct because tank tread's weight distribution was off, and the whole thing comes crumbling down. That is the experience for every player. It creates issues when you're trying to do something like record a video. Because like, alright, so I know how to build a tank. So I'll start a lobby. And I'll start building a tank. I'll go out and do things. But I'm not met with... a back and forth. I'm not met with competition or any kind of interaction so much as people reading. Doesn't make for a good back and forth. And the rare times that you actually get something, it ends up being a guy who built too hastily and collapses, you know? And then it's me with the tank just blasting away at what is fundamentally 3 AFK peoples for an extended period of time. And that's just how that works. Doesn't make for good content. Haven't figured out how to work around that problem. You think one of the things you dislike about it is that rounds could be multi-hour where nobody gets anywhere. Yeah. Yeah, that's a real concern. Multi-hour is a stretch. We're definitely 40 minutes plus. I have seen an hour and a half, I think is the longest I've seen. Things can get long. Then you have, you know, various planes and flying forts mods. You know, the pilotable planes mod is great fun, but honestly, the most effective solution to pilotable planes is lasers and swarm missiles. But now, ladies and gentlemen, we are off to the races. Palatable plane accelerator, yes. Most OP accelerator. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Colgreat Meme Tournament, where we're off to the semifinals. This match between the Chads and the Chuds. Why are they like this? Who has done this? Someone's done this on purpose. These are not the team names. This, I believe, is... He's trolling. He's trolling. It's okay. Why is it called Colgreat? Yes. That is the team name of the... So, there's a bit of history there. The main tournament... Oh my god. Why are you like this? That's just immediate. Alright, so we'll kick things off here. Welcome to the Colgreat Meme Tournament. We're in the semifinals, where here we have on the left-hand side, it is Clipson. Team Clipson. That's Quaho and Voprof facing off against Toothpaste Man and Tron on the right. This is a mirror match, where both are playing as the Moonshine Commander. Now, why is this the meme tournament? Because winning is not determined by defeating your opponents, but instead by appeasing the crowd. And that means that you guys, you the viewers, are the judges. You gauge who wins this. At the end of every round, where the round ends when someone explodes, we'll be posting a poll in chat. All you guys have to do is vote. And that changes the goals of the players, because now instead of playing for pure destruction of your opponents, now you're playing for entertainment. That makes for a good time. As we get memes, we get dreams, and we get all kinds of things. And let's see how it works out. As it appears that we have some kind of minigun accelerator. This man is doing a diagonal accelerator. Excuse me, this is not how accelerators typically work. It's an off-grid accelerator. So that's what it is. We'll see the different strategies here. This is revealed to be a minigun accelerator. So we do have several energy shields getting involved. This will dramatically harm the income of all the defenders here. I do want to point out, they're full defending with energy shields. Like, this is 4 energy shields, 5 energy shields apiece. This is not... Like, that's heavy weapons. Like, that's almost multiple heavy weapons worth of expenditure on energy shields. And that's not even including the energy upkeep, which in and of itself requires an additional investment. The upkeep for that is so high that it requires an additional investment into energy production, which is just even more metal spent on that. The existence of the threat of this minigun accelerator is sufficient to prompt massive response. So we'll see how that works out. But minigun accelerator should be coming online here in a moment. You're expecting that accelerator to explode, and it'll be glorious? Yes. What am I looking at here? Is this... No. There's no way he got this lined up, is it? Like, the angles on this make sense. But... there's no way he's gotten this lined up, right? Alright, we'll see if it does it. See if he's nailed it here, as... honestly, he doesn't need all this big wood here. He's already... That was better aimed than I expected it to be, all things considered. Yeah, that's wild. Holy smokes. Okay. So a couple interesting elements of this design. Aside from being near impossible for the exit portal to be hit by something directly, just based on the angles of it. What are you doing? I have no idea what's happening over here, but I'm liking it, and I'm liking it a lot. Whereas on this side, I see what they're going for, and I would love to see if they can pull it off. There's a couple of features of this. One, while it is an accelerator, it doesn't have any kind of concentration. It doesn't have any kind of cohesion to the projectile. That makes it turn into this kind of shotgun blast, which, while cool, it can be rather ineffective. The other thing is the diagonal nature of this just makes it do wild things. Alright, and it's gonna launch again. I'm going to keep this displayed here. Ready, and swing it. Yeah. I mean, it did the thing. It splashed minigun rounds all over the place. It is, of course, worth noting that this player is fully defended against minigun rounds by virtue of energy shields, as is this one. So the miniguns are not going to actually be dealing real damage, but the little bits and pieces can be splashed off around the base, you know, pieces of wood here or there. Sure, they lost a sandbag or a machine gunner or something, and we have a core ejection as we are merging bases now. This is, wild. Hefty amount of anti-air to prevent the energy shields from going down. Both players are relying exclusively on energy shields for their defenses. So if an EMP lands or anything that can break an energy shield lands, then the red team here just dies. So they are very adamant about keeping the anti-air active and online. The player on the right player has upside down deck guns. Not even upside down deck guns, those are upside down orbital launchers, which I guess style points. Hmm. We're now using minigunners in a standard format. Flak being annoying. I don't want to reveal what both of these teams are going for, but I will wait until they actually do it for those who haven't seen it. Because it seems that both teams are going for this, I suspect that it's going to be very that it's going to actually happen, and we're going to see some fun. Is there co-op on death in this? Yes. I believe red team is going to initiate first. Though I don't... How does orbital laser work when the map has a roof? Well, the laser comes from the sky and lands on the roof. That's how it works. You tried. You failed. And there we have an accelerator for a space laser. It beeps. It beeps. Listen to them beep. Orbital laser accelerator. I don't think it's gonna work there, friends. I don't think it's gonna work at all. And they're gone. Alright. Off to space they go. Forever. Never to be seen. Okay. That worked wonderfully. You know, orbital lasers did indeed go to orbit. That's why it's called a space laser. Yes. You're supposed to call down a laser from orbit, not send the beacon into orbit. You know, I usually agree with you. Returning the orbital laser to its sender. That is, the space laser itself. Yes. Alright. Are we good to try again? Here, red team. I believe in you. I believe you can do it. And the worst part about this, there is no success here. There's only... Did you miss? Well, that's the space laser. That is how the space laser works. They collapsed themselves. Oh no! Task failed successfully. You know, they can use ropes to stabilize this without requiring a powered connection. Hey, there's the ropes. They just need some on the other side now. And also a little higher up. Well, hey, they defended the magna beam by catching the sniper shell with a turbine. I feel the need to point out something here. If anyone can tell me what's wrong with this image. That awkward moment when you accidentally hit your enemy instead of your ally? Yes. Reconnect. There you go. That was almost lethal. They almost took lethal damage from a swarm missile launcher. Nighthawk strikes again. Alright, come on guys. I believe in you. I believe you can do this. There are just so many energy shields absolutely everywhere. We have Magna Beam 20s clearing the areas up. It's okay. It's okay. It's only my sanity. It went away before. Magna affects enemy orbitals. No. No. Magna affects Uronals. That was Colgrate's orbital. That was Colgrate's Magna Beam. Points to me on the screen where the game hurt you. Yes, Magna Beams do affect orbital laser beacons if they are your orbital laser beacon. In this case, it was Colgrate's Magna Beam that was destroyed and thus created a singularity of suction, which attracted all of Colgrate's projectiles, including the space laser, as we have another space laser accelerator. This one should land probably right here. Which... They did it again, guys. They didn't build ropes on the left side. They only built ropes on the right side, which prevented it from falling to the left. Something tells me there was no warm-up round. Something tells me there was absolutely no warm-up round. And I can't possibly imagine why. What would give me that idea? We'll survive. This is nearly better than the self-validator from yesterday. They call it Space Laser because these strats are truly not from this world. You know, the worst part about this isn't that, you know, it's just that they're failing to do their own strategies via unforced errors. It's... Look! Rope! Holding it up. It's beautiful. Please don't fire the Space Laser. Please don't fire the Space. It was the enemy one. Or at least it could be the enemy one. Could have been the enemy one. Huh. That I didn't know. The Magna Beam affects enemy orbital projectiles. That's news to me. That's usually not how... It usually doesn't affect enemy. You're gonna collapse. You're gonna collapse. He sees what's happening. Okay. Well, we lost a quarter swarm missiles. After all these memes, what ends up doing it in? Regular swarm missiles. Choose to believe this is pre-arranged by the team to destroy Incursus' sanity. Oh, they're trying. You didn't see what happens? You didn't miss much. Team Clipsin launched a pair of swarm missiles. 2 swarm missiles was enough to annihilate Toothpaste Man in his totality, costing him his entire fort. While that was happening, Tron over here fired his setup once again, causing a and catastrophically failing, dealing no damage in the process. So we have another self-destruct. Welcome to whatever is happening here. Pro triple magnet drop. Yes. I suspect the teams have come to the conclusion that they are incapable of performing the strategies that they desire to claim, that they desire to perform, based on the merits of their own activities, and are now simply trying to annihilate the other team. Is that a pity self-destruct? I doubt it, but you know, the world may never know. I'm no longer convinced. Eclipsin is trying to annihilate Interest. At least not using terribly effective means, because that is mass magna beam. You approve of Mega Base? I too approve of Mega Base. Will we be able to vote both teams to go to the loser bracket? I would love to give you guys that option. Is this a stalemate? Might be. Only one way to find out. What is happening here? And so many magna beams. Oh dear. Isn't right side core completely exposed? Technically no, but functionally yes. Like, basically, practically, like, in all practical senses, yes. If they were to have a single standard cannon fire at the thing, it would kill it. Of course, this is unknown to Team Clipson, and more importantly, it isn't in the interests of anyone to directly annihilate the teams. Like, they're not actually trying to destroy each other, they're trying to compete for your entertainment, to compete for your love and affection. The winner of this round is determined by you guys via vote. So they're not trying to take out the other team. They're trying to specifically annihilate the enemy team in a way that you guys would approve of. And I'm reasonably certain everyone involved here understands that they need a little bit more work to compete for your approval, you know? Can both lose? Oh my god, it lands. They landed it! Finally! After all these years. Space laser! Oh, good lord. And they're still trying to build an accelerator out here, guys. Oh, no, they're building a new one over here. Then what are you? New accelerator. Okay. What are you accelerating there, sir? Magna beam. Do you have a tiebreak? Choose a winner. We do. Oof. If these guys accelerate another orbital beacon, I'm gonna be disappointed. But also, if they manage to accelerate another orbital beacon and hit the opponents, for whatever good that will do, I can at least applaud them for their efforts. Could they use Magna Beam to redirect opponents' missiles? No. Magna Beam generally does not affect projectiles fired by the opponents, including missiles. There is a trick you can do to force the interaction to work, but it is not something that is practical or usable in an overwhelming majority of situations. There's a specific orbital cannon ammo to redirect missiles. Yes, yes there is. It is called the Squirrel, and it's generally not very popular, but it does work. What if you fling a magna beam? That is the thing that worked. That is the thing, yes. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is your time to vote. Which of these two teams do you believe earned your affection? And should be considered victorious this round? You're going to abstain. Good lord. Alright. You were expecting some utter chaos? I mean, I would consider this to be utter chaos. It just wasn't finely honed cheese, as it were. The last round in the meme tournament, first half, had some exquisitely done executions. Alright. Self-inflicted utter chaos. Yes. Alright, well, give us a moment while we get set up for the next round. How's the stream so far? You know, it's been an experience. The next pair of teams are going to be competent, right? You know, I have faith that at least one of those teams will be a team. Can we vote for the caster? You know, I appreciate your votes. Good lord. The background placeholder gameplay. You know what? Fair enough. Dude, the matches from yesterday's tournament, oh my god, were they satisfying to watch. Like, they built so many mega bases that just turned into absolute slugfest. It was, whoa, Jesus. Zardoric 450 coming in with the absolute megaton, taking that top spot with the 100 drop. Good God. Hello.
I take the top spot in any stream I watch.
Talk about coming in with a bang. Anyone call for orbital support? Zardoric coming in with a hot drop. Hello there, Jonathan, coming in and rejoining the incursion for 42 months. Yeah. Just watched the first match from part 1. Still don't know what the team on the left is trying to accomplish. I would have to go back and watch the first one to see what the match is, because I don't remember which match you're referring to. Your messages are getting auto-filtered? Oh no. Well, don't do that. Alright, it looks like we have a team that is unable to participate, so we'll be going directly to the finals. First match from part 1 had the EMP accelerator versus upside down cannons. Ah, neat. Well, there's your answer. It shouldn't be, they aren't breaking any rules. That's never stopped the AI overlords from determining that you shouldn't exist. Going to finals? Yes! One of the teams had an issue arriving today, so they will be not participating. This kind of message makes you want to... Just the disrespect dollar. All right. We're good. Only person who would win after we fight the Incursus. Yes. Can't keep getting away with this. Oh no. No Giat today? Correct. Ladies and gentlemen, we're off. Alright, let's do this. Well, we have Team Clipson versus Le Bandits. The French are here to meme all the dreams. Alrighty. Well, here we have on the left-hand side, showing their capabilities in the last matchup. It's Team Clipson, Voprof, and Cynical. They're facing off against their opponents. On the right-hand side, it's Les Bandits, Treeforce, and the 15 Rider. Treeforce and 15 Rider going through an excellent showing in yesterday's competition in the Bog Worlds 3v3, where they were eventually annihilated by the Germans and the Chinese. But performed exquisitely until that time. Like, actually, though, they were really, really good. They made some of the best matches. Yesterday's matches are bangers, dude. They were awesome. If you guys haven't checked it out, definitely go check them out. Didn't we vote for the Bandits already? No. The Clipson just had a warm-up round, alright? We gotta give them a chance to see if they, actually warmed up. But let us see. We have Clipson on the left-hand side, going with the Hurricane Commander, and Les Bandits on the right, with the Moonshine Commander. This can have consequences, and I am curious if they will pull it off. You don't see any memes yet. This is an outrage. Well, let's see if we can't fix that. Things will take a little bit to spin up. I suspect I know what the Bandits are going for, but I'm not going to say anything because the chances of my suspicion being correct are very small. So get back to you on that one. You will count as a meme if it's just a battery in front of the core. Well, if it last match is anything to go by, Team 2 did in fact put an explosive exposed in front of the core. Adjacent to the core, in fact. It was touching the core, while also being exposed. You see a Magna Beam already, please no. It's coming. Anyone attempted to core toss themselves? No, actually. Though on this map, I'm still kind of surprised no one's gone with the barrel and just yeeted their core into the back corner. Because, you can absolutely just 100% drop your core down here. Just send it down here. That's just something you can do. And we haven't seen that yet by any teammate, which is unexpected to me, as we have Bomb Stander coming in with a raiding party of 29. Hello there, Bomb. I saw you on earlier. We were casting... What was it you were doing? 'Cause I know you were on forts. Is at the moment we are showcasing the Colgreat Meme Tournament, which has been an experience so far. It has definitely been an experience. Map choices should have been better. Honestly, this map is pretty good for memes. People are just not interacting. People just are coming in. The players are coming in with things they want to do, strategy-wise, instead of utilizing the map. As Louis coming in and gifting some subs to the community. Thank you, thank you. 5 subs. Welcome in, everyone. But yes, for those who have not seen Bomb Standa, yes, is another streamer here in the Forts community, on the German side of things. It comes highly recommended for more Forts and Forts activities. If the last match was any indication of players ignoring the map, then all hope is lost. Yes. The first and last core swing you saw was in the FPL, and it got instantly banned. By core swing, you mean the core catapult, the trebuchet? Yes. Oh my god, they almost sniped the core? I feel the need to point out, they almost just won right there with a core snipe via shotgun magna beam. Oh no, are both teams doing magna beam shotguns? Is this what's happening here? Is this what we're doing? Oh Lord have mercy. As we have another accelerator here. Team Clipson going with the accelerated laser, space laser. You ready hyped for the next FPL? Yes, yes. Actually, Bomb Standard, now that I've got you here, I have a question. What are your thoughts on the co-op on death mod from the tournament? I was going to message in the group chat later, but since you're here now... I'm gonna be honest. I barely noticed that accelerator firing. That accelerator, those things came flying out of there so fast that it was just instantaneous. How many of you guys didn't even notice the orbital laser beacons flying across? That was a fast shot. That was an incredibly fast shot. And that right there is what this team was trying to do the entirety of last round and categorically failing. They did it this time. Good job. You saw them charging it? You didn't notice it firing? Oh yeah. You think you saw one frame? It would literally have been one frame. It crosses in a single tick. You still enjoyed the FPL more without co-op? Understandable. Well, this one wasn't nearly as fast, but it did in fact do the zoom. And, unsurprisingly, the teams have energy shields in position. And say it's a good mod, the only way to balance co-op on death. Still enjoy the FPL more without co-op. Okay. Oh, he gets it! Oh my god, I'm so happy right now. I was waiting. Oh my god. He finally got it, guys. He finally got it. The space laser. It's real. Thought they patched that? They have, like 7 times. Good lord. The purple death ray? Yes. The Orbital. It's real. I'm actually kind of surprised that worked. That's a little bit tight. No, we gotta see that again. They are already preparing to fire again. It'll be another... I think 2 minutes, I think. I forget the exact timings on that reconstruction speed. The Mega Laser. This is going to be hard to top. Yeah, it is going to be hard to top. Don't get me wrong. I liked the one-tick horizontal... I liked the one-tick laser accelerator, where the beacon just teleports to the other side of the map. You see, straight orbital is about 3 minutes. Yeah, but they are already, you know, partially done with it. So, assuming they stay on top of it, I was wondering if it's be like 2 minutes, a little bit longer than 2 minutes. We'll see. Approximately. You know, you try to again to cast as many FPL matches as possible, even if it kills your sleep schedule. Hey, you casted more than I did, and that's impressive. Maybe your team will reach at least stage 2 this season. I wish you the best of luck, because there's a lot going on there. That's tough to reach. Yeah, I was thinking of the co-op. I was thinking of the co-op on Death stuff. It's like, so the mod... Maybe if we change the mod to be, once you explode and you do co-op on Death, you can't just control all weapons, but instead only snipers and anti-air. Like traditional anti-air. Then again, I think snipers are probably the culprit of the problem. Or at least part of the problem. Why is using all weapons a problem? It's not that using all weapons is a problem. It's that there's too much APM generally. The biggest problem is that when you merge the bases, you get very efficient economic usage. Instead of having two different forts building separate things, is just gone. Instead of two different forts building separate things that have to spend on, you know, two separate elements of defense, two separate, well, everything. Instead, you get one mega fort that can utilize the resources much more efficiently. And it makes mega fort more powerful than two single forts. This is compounded when you have two players that have access to watch everything. Let's say you have one player that does nothing but watch the weapons platform, one player that does nothing but watch the main core defense. Instead of having, you know, one player have to do both things, you have one player for each. The co-op on Death... Oh! The Magna Beam it tried. The co-op on Death mod tried to change it such that they tried to change it to force a downside to this co-op on death traditional experience, where if you were to lose your core, you can no longer properly help. So like you can't just, you know, have, it's like, oh yeah, I exploded, so now I'm just going to manage my teammates' weapons platform. Like, I can't do that anymore. I can still shoot the weapons, I can still participate, but I can't apply my APM to the totality of the fort, and I can't help build things. Like there are real downsides to it. Alrighty, have a good one there, Bomb Stander. Good luck out there, and rest well. Enjoy your weekend. Oh, we have a capsize. Hyped for the Spanish tournament? I am hyped for the Spanish tournament. I'm very interested. And oh no! They missed. But yeah, the co-op on death was attempting to, the co-op on death mod attempted to fix that. And you know, in my opinion, it kind of sort of did. We saw many of the larger forts just explode or take critical damage because they just didn't have the APM to manage the whole thing. You know, one player managing a massive fort is a lot. How many times did we see just yesterday where there was a fort that lost entire weapons platforms to fire that wasn't extinguished? The answer was several times. So like it did genuinely, there were genuine downsides to the co-op on death, and I think the co-op on death where it's weapons only is much more balanced than vanilla co-op on death. But here's the thing. A significant chunk of the, like, let's say when you do co-op normally, it is pretty typical to have one person focus on building and one person focus on things like weapons. It's just more efficient that way. It's kind of a natural split. So yes, it's good. I think the general consensus is that it's not good enough to make it interesting. They're trying to capsize themselves. Oh my god! It's perfectly aimed. Directly to the core. Alright. That was a lot. Very sudden. Do we need to vote? Alright. The answer, technically, is yes, and I will get you guys the poll here right now. That said, I am entirely convinced I know what your answer will be. Didn't like the bandits not letting their opponents play. Hey, they had an opportunity to get their strategy in. Not only did they have an opportunity to get their strategy in, they did in fact commit their strategy, and they committed it so hard, so quickly. Look, it's going. That it was a like 0-tick launch. Oh my god, even in the replay I can't see this thing. Like, watch this. It goes, it went. It's just, it's that, this was their plan. This was their strategy. Just launch the thing across. Just yeet it, and it worked. That's their whole plan. Aimed the wrong opponent. Yeah, I'm sure they wanted to aim it here. They just hit it here instead. And they did that twice, actually. Like if you notice the second time they did it. It aimed lower, but it still hit this guy. Which was, you know, undefended. Like, they got their strategy. They did their tactic. And then you had this guy who did, you know, the Magna Beam shotgun, which almost took out Ryder here. It's just that, one of these two teams had extreme violence executed incredibly effectively. So that was, you know, a thing. But the mega laser. We saw the mega laser once. In the first half. And, it was effective. But we got to see it actually used here several times. I'm guessing the two people that voted for Clipson are the two members of their team, probably. Unsurprisingly, Bandits won that one. Nice. Quite possibly. Alright then, now we're off to round 2. Unanimous vote, yes. Unanimous vote. And we're off. Now, we have the same players on the same teams. But this time, it's the same sides. As here we have on the left-hand side, it's Team Clipson, getting absolutely obliterated in their last round. They are now playing as the Warthog Commander, and they're facing off against their opponents. On the right-hand side, it's Team Les Bandits, who appear to be preparing for some co-op on Death Strats. Yes, top core will be ejecting themselves here momentarily. Want to see some vertical nuke hits? And he's gone. What else is this map even good for if you can't eat portal nuke barrels? Honestly, it's a decent map to do it. You do have quite the abyss below. We have another core ejection. Oh, that's not how you do that. Oh. Failure to launch. Took a bit of damage, but they'll survive. Did they? Built the wrong tech. Can you accelerate nukes? No. You cannot accelerate nukes. You can only concentrate them. And even then, not very. In the wrong skill bracket. This is not... Hold up, wait a minute. They did it. They achieved perfect balance. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. The pillar, standing erect, straight upward at a perfect 90-degree angle. Never to waver, not left, not right, not by a single degree, not by a radian. Immune to... You know, you ruined it! Okay. Alright, let's see what kind of memes each of these creatures get up to. A piece of wood win the game, yes. Imagine if they had wind gusts that could rock the forts. That would be interesting and dramatically change things. Because the amounts of extremely engineered and finely tuned and frankly risky constructions that players get to have to also build wind shear is... They also have to like take into account wind shear is intense. Like how many times have we seen a fort that's just on the cusp of collapse to the point where the recoil from firing a weapon like is enough to break the whole fort. Imagine having to deal with wind on top of that. Oof. I could get used to that, honestly. What's the wood thing? You know, these are questions that we don't want answers to. I am interested in seeing what the bandits are doing here, because I'm not actually sure what exactly is going on there. I see what Clipson's doing. I like what Clipson's doing. We don't get to see that every day. Bandits, on the other hand, are not transparent to me. Oh my god. You have an AP sniper dropping in. Look at the angle on that AP sniper. Look at... What? Oh my god! He's destroying the accelerator by lobbing slow sniper shots from on high. That is wild. Holy smokes. What are the angles on this thing? AP sniper goes golfing, yes. AP sniping mines is pro. It kinda is. I've never seen that before. At least not intentionally. Maximum emotional damage, yes. Someone spent a lot of time learning that, yes. The evil sandbag. Stopping him from sniping things. Wonder if you can lob AP miniguns? Probably. You know, at least for like the first half of the... I don't know. AP miniguns don't deal that much damage. The wood might survive. And just aura farming stream, yes. His bases are massive, yes. Oh, the howitzer drops into the abyss. That's... I don't think that was intended. Reasonably certain that wasn't intended. You can't wait to see the firepower on that deck and accelerator. Yeah, it's gonna be... If you guys think these bases are massive, they're not nearly big enough to survive what's about to happen here. As uh-oh, the snipers. We know how this goes. You know, I do actually like that strategy. You just put a repair center there. Let it handle all the sniper repairs. They'll do it. This man is using the AP sniper to like lob to lob shots at the enemy wall of snipers, while the AP sniper is itself hard-walled. That's awesome. All right, we do officially have an inverted howitzer here. You see the bandit strat? I like the bandit strat, and I want to see how they pull this off. Because this one requires, I don't want to say a bit of timing, but some very tight tolerances. It is super easy to mess this one up. Unless they, I guess they could build a setup that works every time, and they probably have. But I don't know what that setup is, and it's real tight tolerances. Yep, that's a swing and a miss. But the howitzer wraparound comes from below. Ends up going too high. Bit much power? Not enough power. Alright. I was gonna say, like, it's needed more power to break out earlier. A T3 Howie? Yes. Alright, you got this. The accelerator is about ready to charge. There it goes, charging away. That one might have angle problems. They're trying to use flak to get into it, to break things. They're using their own magna beams to send flak up into it. You'd love to see it. Slight miss could make this accelerator self-destruct. Yes. Oh my god, they're using this layout again? I guess I shouldn't be surprised by that, but we're going to see a shotgun blast here in a second. Is that right? Because they're doing it on this side, so it should... Okay, yeah, that's right. Just don't reverse the polarity this time. That would be devastating. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. They're doing the same howitzer wraparound trick here, but howitzers are one of the only weapons that are affected by enemy magna beams, so when it wrapped around here, it just got sucked right back into their own base. Alright. Didn't... the angle not quite there. As it looks like they're about to release the deck gun accelerator. What happens here? I think this will... Oh. You know, honestly, that was more concentrated than I expected it to be. That was pretty alright. It worked. It did work. Could have been so much worse. It really could have been. Oh. Oh dear. Can things in the accelerator be mag-pulled? Yes, yes they can be. However, deck guns are not affected by magna beams, at least not by enemy magna beams. We saw several instances of that in the first half of the tournament, where magna beams were used to do all kinds of shenaniganery around the accelerators. That was actually decently well aimed. But that is what I mean by unconcentrated. It shotgun blasts pretty darned hard and scatters everywhere. Those volleys look gorgeous. They really do. I'm a big fan of deck gun accelerators. I mean, look at what it does. Is that Doom Guy's shotgun? Yes. Oof. The Le Bandits. They do not get the angle right. This is what I was talking about. The tolerances on these shots are ridiculously tight. You undershoot, you hit your base, you overshoot, and you'd hit... nothing. you hit the atmosphere. Here comes the airstrike. It detonates a charging accelerator, causing the accelerator to cease to exist. An accelerator, when damaged, unleashes all the projectiles inside of it. If it is being charged, the damage is extreme. Alas, there is no more accelerator. The howitzer goes up, the howitzer comes back. I should add some return to center to the deck on. That would be a solution to many of the memes present here today. And a little far. Perfect. It did it. Wonder if you could magnet a core swing. That would be epic. What would that even look like? Like the core itself attracted to the magnet beam? So many shotguns. The aircraft are under construction. Oh, boy. Magna shotgun doing some work. Taking out a pair of magna beams. Oh, the howitzers don't get shot down. But they do collide with each other in midair and explode. Which is unfortunate. Magna beams are the name of this day. Now this is one where an orbital laser accelerator would be actually decent. To clear out the top half of the opponent's fort. Oh, do it. Do it. Yes! Internal magna beam explosion. Their accelerator is going to shotgun a lot. Yeah, they seem to like going with the shotgun design. I don't personally like shotgun designs. I like the precision flavor. I understand that too much precision can be a problem. You don't always want everything to be so precise. I think this is a situation where being more precise would be beneficial. The shotgun effect is cool. The shotgun effect is cool, and depending on the weapon and the situation, is preferred. I think this is simply not one of those situations if your goal is effectiveness. As we have more and more direct fire weaponry from Les Bandits. I think a precision shot would end the match. Yes. Absolutely. Oh. Internal explosion. It's a problem. That is a lot of damage. Oh, we have internet connectivity issues. Give us a moment for the French players to rejoin. And they're back. A straight laser-like stream of deck guns coming out of an accelerator is so much more devastating, satisfying than some spread. I tend to agree, yes. It turns the accelerator into just a mere capacitor of projectiles, then into it turns it from a mere capacitor of projectiles, of speedy projectiles, into well and truly a stream of they landed the shot. And the accelerator explodes. But it turns it into an unmitigated stream of just particles, high energy particles. Done. Okay. Shooting the Excel directly with Magna should also cause the implosion. Not for the deck guns. The deck guns aren't aren't affected by enemy Magnas. If it was a howitzer accelerator, then yeah. He's suffering the FPS bug. Internet failures become a meme. It happens to us all. Oh, they're trying to get the wraparound shots with the deck guns, and you know, it worked. They did some damage. It's good damage. What caused all the stutterings yesterday? Just bad ping from the contestants? Yep. Just bad pings. I'm pretty sure deck gun projectiles and accelerator. No, not from enemy magna beams. Your own magna beams, yes, not from enemy ones. Oh, incendiary aircraft! Now that's something we haven't seen in a long time. You can do it. It's always a fun interaction. To see projectiles impacted by the magna beam directly. Almost. Ooh. Sniper. Got the shot off. Didn't actually finish it off. God, those things cut so deep. Deck guns are so strong. I do appreciate that we get to see magna beams just constantly. Oh, wow. They're still trying it, and it's still shut down by the enemy magna. Good lord. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for you guys to vote. Which team do you believe to be the most entertaining? Do you believe it to be the lob shot team? Lobbing their sniper rounds all over the enemy fort. Lobbing not just sniper rounds to deal damage, but lobbing howitzer shells to and fro. To and fro, I think, is the appropriate verbiage because that's the only places they were being sent. Or is it the surprising impacts of accelerated deck gun? Like so. How speedy they are. Oof. Alright then. In this best of 3, it is now a 1-1. You enjoyed seeing the Magna Flak getting actual core damage. I agree. The deck gun accelerator wasn't very effective. Yeah. I mean, it was okay. It only had 2 out of 3 deck guns involved. And wasn't very concentrated. So it spread the shots all over the place. That is one of the things that we had when we were, developing accelerators. We came to the realization that most accelerators just splashed the projectiles everywhere, which, while cool, tends to be not very effective. Perfectly parallel looping portals is its best. Yes, there is a design where you do have a discrepancy between them, where you have one that is perfectly parallel, and one that is reasonably angled. So what you end up with is this kind of... Let's see if I can describe this, because it'll be a moment before these rounds actually get started. But we're on to round 3 in this best of 3, where the sides have been swapped. Here we have on the left-hand side, it's Le Bandits playing as the Phantom Commander, which is, the Cheese Commander. But they're against Clipson on the right, who are playing as the Moonshine Commander. We're kind of expecting horizontal orbitals out of them this round, because this is like peak horizontal orbital map. And their Moonshine. Le Bandits, I haven't the foggiest idea, but we'll figure out sooner or later. And trade up a slow release time. Yes, the slow release time is the trade-off. For those who don't know what we're talking about, the idea there is that we have a couple portals, so let me do... I'll use this color. So you have an accelerator that has 4... Wait, do I have this active? I do. An accelerator has 4 portals. You have portal 1. That will be perfectly accurate. Oh, I have made a big mistake here. You have portal 1 that is perfectly horizontal here, attached to portal 2 that is perfectly horizontal here. And then what you do is you have a second portal here attached to that same node that seems to be perfectly horizontal. That usually ends up being instead at an angle, which I'll exaggerate for the purposes of this demonstration. And then you have this guy here. And so as projectiles go back and forth down the inside, what have you done? You're dropping howitzers already. Why are you like this? They're fake howitzers. fake phantom projectiles, or fake phantom things. But as things go perfectly horizontal here, they will adjust towards the center. And once they hit this portal, they will come out at an angle going back this way. This causes them to slide around to the right before stabilizing again and then coming back in here, kind of like doing this bouncy thing. But this also means that there is exactly one angle which they will hit this portal. Will hit this second layer portal down here. And that angle is extremely consistent. Which means when you shut off this portal and the shots pass through, they pass through at exactly this angle every single time. So when you catch them in another portal, you know, a perfectly horizontal portal here, the exit portal, they come out at an extremely precise angle consistently. And it's, you know, a slight angle. It'll be something like this coming out. But every single one of them will come out at exactly that angle. Now, the trade-off, as Dragon mentioned, is that there's a slowness to it, because as you have projectiles constantly bouncing around in here, they will slowly gravitate toward the centerpiece before eventually launching out. And so that makes that has consequences. It's actually better to rotate the bottom portal than the top portal. I don't know. I vaguely remember that. I'm trying to remember the specifics of it, but that is generally how it works. Accelerators work with gravity, so angle 1 makes legs effective. In terms of giving it raw speed, yes, any angle will negatively affect its speed. But, I mean, it's still gonna cross the map in approximately 1 tick anyways, so. When I use small and big portals to stabilize, you can. I wasn't drawing to scale there. Are they able to connect the bases on this map? Probably. It's mechanically difficult. They knew. They defended against the rockets. The rocket magnas. Is Bree doing the back of his base? So Bree is setting up a position where these guys can fire at his core. I presume he's going to put a portal there, which means something like an accelerator or, I don't know, an accelerator. We'll see. He's probably going to have these portaled at his teammate who are going to catch the projectiles and send them into his accelerator, which is what I assume is going to be the case. But we'll see when it actually happens. Oh, that was almost lethal, guys. Like 1 or 2 more rockets, the projectiles themselves, and we'd have seen that go clean through his core. Rider and Treeforce already recovered from yesterday's tournament. Dude, yesterday's tournament was exhausting. That thing was wild. Like, absolutely wild. Wasn't this the map with the Orbital monger where they connected the base? I believe so, yes. This map is quite good for the Orbital strategy. For those wondering, OG, part of the Tree Force Rider team. Everyone hath recovered. Or, you know, or at least pretending to recover. We do indeed have triple 20s aimed directly at his core, which is hilarious. And this is aimed backwards. Called it! That's just a tier 3. I'm okay with this. I like that a lot, actually. We do have return descenders set up to deflect what is going to be the charging of the accelerator. I'm willing to bet this thing dies. Looks like it's going to leak 20s. Absolutely looks like it's going to leak 20s. There is no way this thing doesn't leak. There's no way this thing doesn't leak. I'm not even sure how he did that. Like, that was active. Right? Like... Okay. Didn't think those ones... Oh, no, I mean, I imagined that there's a great chance of that happening. That does not surprise me even a little bit. But this mine is 100% dead. Like, without question. So we do indeed have... he repaired it, causing it to explode. Also, we have tier 3 flak involved. We straight up have tier 3 flak. Which is hilarious. We got a lot of tier 3s. This is going to be a battle of the tier 3s. The 20s are entering the portal from 3 different directions. Yes. The magna beam causing the flak to approach from all kinds of directions. This hurts my soul to see it, but it does work. It's a complete shutdown. It's a beefy fort, very. Even the stability tech is screaming. This is a blinking forlong, just point that out. Oh my god. Well, you missed. So, this thing did not leak. Yes, it did. Okay. He's gonna have to reconstruct the entry portal. It's taking too much deformation here. Tier 3 Magna Beam? No? Okay. Bro. This is the jankiest accelerator I've seen. But it is functioning, which is wild to me. Accelerator is special? Yes, yes it is. Oh, but the tier 3 lands. We have damage everywhere. It's all on fire. Things are burning. If that breaks the connection to the portal, that's going to be horrible. Tier 3 lands again. Tier 3 lands again. I do appreciate the tier 3s. It's tier 3s with Magna Beams doing Magna Beam things. The shotgunness of that accelerator will be absurd. Yeah, they're gonna have a hard time hit. Well, I would say they're gonna have a hard time hitting their opponents, but I think they won't have a hard time hitting their opponents. They're just gonna have a hard time doing damage to them. Like, they'll hit the guys. What just happened? What just happened? Okay. Well, it looks like Ryder's going to show them how to build a real accelerator, which doesn't look perfect either, but it's better. Explosion of the cannon killed the shells? No. This man just lost every single one of his mines. Okay. There's a friendly fire incident. Misaligned portal. You know, they can get these portals so much closer to each other. There you go. There you go. Ooh. Now the tier 3s are coming in from behind. Most ramshackle base I've ever seen. Yes. Yes. Honestly, at this point, I would consider the idea of Voprof just ejecting his core. Just ejecting his core, letting the accelerator explode, and connecting his base here. Because... Make it work, man. Oh my. Good God. More tier 3s are occurring. Love to see it. That looks to be the case of what they're doing now. Why are you building out of metal? Why are you like this? Who hurt you? Alright, so they're resetting. They now have one base, which makes the whole accelerator thing substantially more simple, as we have the lob shot AP sniper. This man fully just broke the exit portal with the lob shot AP sniper. Holy smokes. That's wild, though. There we have it. A nuke capacitor. Lob shot AP sniper getting the wraparound shot from the Magna Beam. That is... oh my. I just realized something. This is an accelerator. This is... yeah. That's a braking accelerator. That's not a... that's not a brakeless accelerator. That's not how you do that. Don't nukes collide with each other? No, they don't, but they do collide with disabled portals. They don't have penetrative power. So there's no world in which an accelerator can be used without it being brakeless. Oh, we have disconnectivity. You can do that? Okay. Why does it break? So nukes don't have any penetrative power. They detonate on the first thing they contact, which means that they will always detonate on the portal when it's shut down. So in order for an accelerator to work, it has to be a brakeless accelerator, which means that you have to jam a portal inside there. Like, you have to move a portal inside and collide with the projectiles while they're inside the accelerator. We saw examples of this earlier, actually, where the players were using the portal, the horizontal or the vertically aligned portal. They would swing inside, causing it to come out at those weird angles. That's an example of a brakeless accelerator, where the accelerator portals are not damaged in the process. You have to use a design like that in order to accelerate, in order to hold nukes, because otherwise you can't launch them. Oh, the tier 3s came from above and blasted. So what is supposed to happen when it all works? What is it doing? Honestly, when it comes to... no. You're not doing it again. He's doing it again. Honestly, when it comes to he almost just destroyed his own core. Honestly, when it comes to nukes, there's not a whole lot of benefit to it, just because you can. Really all he's doing is putting the nukes into a capacitor and just holding them there. Technically, the benefit is you can put like 7... You know, it did actually work. It did actually work. For but a moment. We did see a single nuke leave... we did see a single nuke leave the exit portal. This match is like that one level in Portal 2 where Wheatley puts his legs on the cubes. Yes. And here we have an accelerator standard brake style accelerator. This one actually looks pretty decent. This one will get some real damage in it if it's permitted to charge and launch, which it may very well do. Is that really accelerated? No, not for nukes. Nukes can't be accelerated. All this does is... Oh! It launched. Not the tightest spread I've seen, but actually pretty good. Didn't have much damage potential in it. Rather, it didn't have any... It wasn't charged very... Wasn't intensely charged, but it did exist. Yeah, you can't accelerate nukes. All you can do is just hold them in stasis for a while. Like, this isn't going to... It's more of a nuke stasis chamber. They'll just stay there for a couple minutes. This would allow you to use 2 nuke launching silos to launch, I don't know, like 6 nukes simultaneously at an opponent. You just keep putting nukes into the stasis chamber until there's... I want to point out... Yeah, that's not gonna... You gotta do a brakeless accelerator, man. A brakeless setup. But it worked! And it did, in fact, launch a singular nuke. Which was then immediately shot down by, you know, the anti-air. But it did work! It functioned! Very technically, it functioned. I approve. Hold on, yeah, let me just switch in spaghetti while I poop. You know, at this point, I don't blame... Oh. The Forlong finally collapsed. Oh! Oh my god, did you see that? That tier 3 was absolutely just gonna snipe out Clipson's core. But the Magna Beam dragged it away at the last second. Holy smokes. Oh no, another collapse. Guys. Guys. Oh my, no, not like this. Not like this. He wanted to make it even. Mission accomplished. Spaghetti out as Volprof rejoins. Oof. You know, it'd be hilarious if they just did nothing but Magna Beams. Phantom Magna Beams technically deal damage. If you just have like 17 of them, you might be able to break the gut. You might be able to break through. Don't even know how to vote for anymore. Good! Are you not entertained? Reinforcements have arrived. Why are you... It's been a bit since you've seen some good tier 3s. Well, there have been some decent tier 3s in here. What are even the teams right now? It's currently a 2v3. And that's just happening. I don't... Like, this is clearly a violation of the rules, and I think nobody cares anymore. Whoever builds the Bitter Moger has my vote. Well, don't say that. It's gonna turn into an art contest. Quick swap to Team 1. I'm almost tempted. I am almost tempted. Team 1 calling OG. You know, OG is in chat. That is mechanically possible. Rules how rules fun, exactly. OG, where are you at? As there is now a minigun accelerator. Direct fire memeless nukes? How could you? We have Moger at home. Minigun accelerator. Surprisingly effective, actually. That was actually pretty good. Look, they figured out how to build a nice, tight... Oh, it's because it's Felix doing it. Felix knows how to build an accelerator. Big shock. Could have seen that one coming. Felix hops in and in seconds builds a... Oh, the wraparound shot, though. Almost snipes out Clipson. Just immediately. And 20 seconds left in the round. Oof. They called in reinforcements to show them how to build a working accelerator. Yes. Oh my god. This is... Alright, chat. I'm gonna need your help on this one. Can I vote for Felix alone? Amazing 2v4. Yes. Oh lord, we gotta see that. We gotta see that save here. It was right after this collapse, which I'm absolutely gonna watch in slow motion. Is it aim better this time? It was, actually. It was a lot better this time. We vote Team Spectators. Can we vote for mutual first place? You know, if you guys call out enough. Yeah, he just crunched himself. And while this Magna Beam is going on, death comes from on high. Look at it. That's so perfect. I mean, I'm going to watch that again. Watch it in speed motion now. Look, it's so perfectly aimed to wipe out the core. Oh, well, didn't catch it in time. Look at... It's so perfectly aimed to go directly at the core. And then it just turns. Good God. And then we have this, which I think was actually a sell-off. Was it? Or is it actually... No, the nukes escape. Oh. This shot hit because he's trying to do the wraparound shot and he hits himself, causing the nukes to get slurped out of the capacitor and just toward the base. And then look at, he hits the back of the sniper, causing the nukes to get slurped out of the capacitor and into the base. I didn't even realize that. Oh my god, that is brutal. Of all the ways to go. Call for a recount of the votes. I think we have a tie. Do we actually have a tie? If you guys genuinely tied this, we're gonna have a discussion here. Oh my god. Nah. Oh my god. What have you done? Perfectly balanced, like that one strut of wood. Broken Portals wins. It just doesn't stop. Felix MVP, unironically though. Alright, well, we do have a tie-break mechanism. I posit that this one understood the mission perfectly. Yes. So it... Make the Poly Bandits versus Felix. The Felix redemption arc. After all these tries of making the minigun accelerator and failing, he finally gets it to work to do real damage. It just had to, you know, join in someone else's team to make it a 2v4. Clipson had a great minigun accelerator. Yes, yes, Clipson had a great minigun accelerator. I remember looking at this and like, oh my god, it's a real accelerator. It's gonna be so effective. The vote is so close. Yes. Every time someone votes for one, someone votes for the other one. And it's just, guys, there's only 38 votes apiece right now. You gotta get your votes in. There's a lot more of you than the 38 in here. You know, 78. 39 votes apiece. That damage. Where can you vote? Only in... Nope. It is on the link. I will post it again. The shade keeps throwing at previous accelerators. Look, the shade is deserved, but this is a good one. This is a really good one. Mechanically, Felix has always been effective with all of his, or he's been good at making them. He's just bad track record of actually hitting targets with them. That hasn't... I mean, he did hit the singular energy shield here, but he also broke everything else around it, so, you know, it's pretty alright. What did that actually hit? What was that? Something exploded here, and I don't know what it was. Oh, the turbines. I was actually close to digging through this, because he did perfectly hit this shield, or imperfectly hit the shield, because some of the shots ricocheted off of here and went splashing down towards the core. 53 versus 53 currently. Get in your votes, guys. Get in your votes. It's madness. It's all of it. With the nuke concentrate, the nuke stasis chamber, the tier 3s coming for the wraparound shots, hitting from below. We have the tier 3s that were sent, that were distracted, that were saved by their own Magna Beam. Oh my god. Rematch. Are we going to have to rematch this? Round 2, let's go. Honestly, we may have, we're discussing it now, we may have to actually do that. Because this is madness. All of this is madness. You've never wanted anything more in my life than a rematch of this. Oh no. Alright, it's a 3v3 now. Is it a 3v3 now? And just put it on battleships or something. No one wins, everyone suffers. Oh my god, the meme chat posting. And 12v12 sky battleships. Oh no. I think the fact that Clipson got a substitute just to take up Bruce Layers, yes. And Felix joined the Bandits. Well, it would be OG joining the Bandits, and I don't know, Felix joining Clipson. You think Le Bandits played better, but Clipson was the bigger memer, with their failing accelerators, friendly fire, and people joining mid-game. Showcase our strat for battleships. Oh. Hey Dad, how's it going today? As we have Gojdo Experiments, coming in with the Prime Gaming. Congratulations, friend. You've gained access to all the beautiful emotes here on the channel, as well as on the Discord. $62 versus 62. You guys are still keeping it tied. This is wild. Alright, so a decision is going to have to be made. Viewer vote is even, judge vote is even. This is not how I expected this to go. Chad is calling for a rematch. Let Mom decide on the winner. Unbiased judge. Pierogi is always winner. It is. The community has spoken. They have. Have him do a Mog battle. Good lord. Alright, I think we've had a decision here. It will be a rematch. And it will be battleships. Ah, this battleships. Apparently I'm also playing, question mark? Alrighty. This is the most meme ending. Yes. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. Best way meme tournament could be ending. Yes. Incursus carry. Oh no. You don't do still. Why are you like this? This feels meme tournament to the core. Good. All right. How much longer do we have for this tournament? Anyone have ideas? Presumably one more match. I find it extremely unlikely that this too will end up in such a wildly inconsolable tie. So this is the finale, the grand finale, even. You got it just in time? Yes, yes you have. As we are off to the races. Battleships 3v3 on the land battleships flavor. Where here we have on the left hand side it is Les Bandits, though 15 Rider and Tree Force are joined by OG. They're playing as the Hurricane Commander, and they're facing off against their opponents. On the right hand side, it's Team Clipson. The full of Team Clipson, including their substitute, are now all together. Voprof, Bree, and Cynical. Where's Felix? Tell Felix to join. He's not joining this time. He was... at the moment. You've already broken the rules. Let's break him some more. Yes. You're in comms with the boys. Don't worry if shenanigans lined up. Good. Nuke the last battle as Kalijah comes in with that nuclear launch detected. Congratulations for flooding the chat with a whole bunch of radioactive support. Don't worry, guys. Felix is here in spirit. You guys should see. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can show this. There's... okay. Oh dear. What have you done? So, I'm going to show this because this feels like it's something I should show. There is a voice chat where... the players are, you know, communicating with each other. Unsurprisingly, in a competition like this or an event like this, you get players communicating. This is that voice chat. Yes, you can see Felix is involved. And everyone else all at the same time. So, don't worry. Don't worry, it's alright. What just happened? They had a zipper experience. They were trying to re-engineer their fort and accidentally re-engineered it into the ground. So, you know, they'll survive. They'll just be incredibly behind their opponents who are swinging in their core. It's 1 point for bandits. Keep track, guys. We're gonna need your votes after this. I am reasonably certain that that they were intending to clear out most, if not the entirety of their rear, and it just happened to... they did it wrong. Maybe a little aggressively or fast. You need both teams to build return to senders and have just cannon shots endlessly bouncing back and forth? Yes. That does just happen. This VC is just a meme. It is, and it's also a public channel, which means that it's filled with players or that just aren't participating. Re-engineered into a landfill, yes. So far, Team Clipson is playing what I would describe as largely standard for battleships. We're seeing all the mainstays of standard battleships play, with the great turbine block. We have a tier 3 array. We have the central spire, and we have the front cannon temporarily converted into tier 3, which is weird that it's specifically here. Usually you put it like right here or something, but it doesn't really matter. The typical spot is actually right here, but it doesn't matter where you put it. This is what I was talking about when I was saying they have plans to do something weird, and I don't know what this is. I haven't the foggiest idea what this is going to be, but thus is life. And fancy joining our extremely not chaotic voice for an interview. Maybe after the round, because this is madness. Consider joining the voice squall. It has been considered. I am seeing the chaos. The chaos is observed. It's getting bigger. It's growing. The chaos is festering. The chaos is just festering. It's wild. Oof. Someone called it a stackinator. Oh dear. Please let it be a horizontal orbital laser. We just have your model battleship go burr. We've seen it a few times. Clipson is capable of doing that. Those are tier 3 snipers, which are terrifying to deal with when the AI is involved, because the AI does actually understand how to make those shots, and it does make those shots just all the time. Not sure what the Magna Beam tactic is here. We're gonna find out. Oh dear. Well, it does appear that the bandits have largely recovered. They are significantly behind. The substituting. The substituting. It has begun again. Cynical has been substituted out. You say this is a stackinator setup? I don't know that I've ever seen this here. Very explosive diarrhea. Oh no. Why not boats on water? So a lot of Jesus Christ. This is extremely well engineered. So a lot of players prefer the land version. Partially because High Seas has balancing concerns, partially because it's actually kind of difficult to do a lot of science on the water. The water is bouncy, whereas the floor is very stable and static. It's so well engineered, it looks more like architecture than engineering. Yes. Alright. Yeah, they have to be very careful with the enemy. So the enemies are going heavy into the tier 3s. But if the tier 3s manage to hit this spot, which is very likely given there's, you know, the 20s. Oh my god. Then it breaks all of this. And they need it to be open. Because stackinator. It's also harder to capsize on land. This is true. It is harder to capsize. What is happening here? Are they trying to get themselves to break? They have... Is this just decorative rope? Is that what's going on here? Well, they're building stability tech all over the place, so that's, you know, a thing. You can communicate. There is zero coherency present. Big shock. VC does not have a shred of organization. It's leaking! It's leaking! Oh, they got it. They got it! It's stable! Okay, they got it stable. Nice. So this is a Stackinator. That doesn't look stable anymore. Guys, I think it's breaking. Uh-oh. Oh. They got it! They did it! They got a partial launch. Well, there you have it. Welcome to the Stackinator. Disappointing. Well, you know, needed a little bit more precision in the construction here. Because we have a Concentratinator. Most complicated shotgun, yes. Stabilized as per Goblin Engineering Guidelines, yes. Let's get Peel in there. Peel probably knows how to do this. At least I assume he knows how to do this very well. I imagine it's OG who's building much of this. Oh. Concentratinator is reflected, but it's okay. Oh, this looks mighty stabilized. This is looking good. Oh, it's bad. Oh, it's gonna leak. Oh, it's okay. Is it stabilizing? I can't tell. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I think they got it recovered. It's destabilizing. It's destabilizing. It's restabilizing. They got it. A beautiful launch. Huge hit. That would have, if they were not completely covered in portals, that would have been absolutely devastating. Okay. Imagine if they built a force field here. Look at this. Look at this. Ricocheting. Oh, this is wild. Oh. Schroeder's shotgun. They're recharging. Have a little bit of leakage, but they'll survive. As they stabilize. Oh, that was actually a decent shot. The thing fired. Made it through this mess. But they just walled off on shields. Cool shield setup for the plasmas, yes. Concentratinator fires and whiffs. harmless. This has to be aimed differently on the exit. It needs to be shorter. It needs to be much shorter. Oh dear. It's a plasma periscope. It's a... yes. Ooh. It is no longer a plasma periscope. It is made out of metal now. Reminds you of when you made a concentrator with only shields, no portals. Oh my. Oh, that was a wild strike. The tale of a team that replaces their players every 3 minutes continues. The ricochet. What happens? Oh no. Well, now you don't need to re-aim. You just need to fire. Oh no. They're selling off as much as they can to get money back. They're preparing the launch. Once it stabilizes, which actually looks like it's stabilizing. There it is. Oh. Oh, that's a beautiful stacker. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, Lord have mercy. Stackinator strong. That's a replay short video idea? Yes. Yes. Good gosh, the amount of destruction on that is insane. Where are the two lower profs on Team Clipson? He's taking over. He's multiplied. Death by flak, of all things. The Stackinator. It ends Stackins once again. Oh, you tried. I remember this is actually how I was originally trying to do when I was first working on developing concentrators. Not concentrators, accelerators. This is originally how I tried developing it. It didn't work very well. Oh, they're gonna launch. Failure to launch. Internal detonation. They gotta recharge. Yeah, this is originally how I was trying to do it. Because the idea wasn't I was trying to accelerate them, I was trying to just get them all into one note. I was just trying to get them all into one, like, capacitor. And I was like, hey, oh hey, they can just bounce here indefinitely. Until I release them. There were some interesting consequences with that. Seeing this thing operate is interesting. It's like it bounces between these two upper portals until gravity pulls it into the lower portals, and once it pulls it into the lower portals, they like destabilize real hard. But eventually they all stabilize again. Launch. Oh, and the Magna Beam to try to loop it around. Oh, wow. Now that's a combo right there. Why are you like this? It's leaking! It's leaking! It's fine. That is so close to hitting one of these and just shutting the whole thing down. It's not ready to go yet. And it's destabilizing, and now it's restabilizing. And send it! And Magna Beam? No, too far. Way too far. That is such a dense cluster, though. Holy smokes. It is such an extraordinarily dense cluster of munitions. Is it best stack yet? Yes. Oh my. It must be one of the most devastating things. It's up there. 20mm accelerators, or I guess capacitors of any kind, are just the most damage option available. As here comes the swarm. Both teams have lost so much. I like this plan. Good job. The missile goes off to the oblivion. And where does that land? Oh! Takes a hit. I think not much in the way of deformation, though. They're trying to get the incendiary aircraft, or the aircraft themselves, as a weapon. I feel the need to point out, the discord of chaos, it grows. It hasn't... Oh. Get slurped! This is an old school tactic. Very effective. Time tested again and again. The discord, it grows even more. Do it. Get slurped. The missile launch. Okay, come on. You can do it. I believe in you. Just use an accelerator. The bandits are trying to use a variant of it. Oh no, it's charging. Oh, but it wasn't empowered. Okay, it's fine. They're okay. It was just dangerously close to being really, really, really bad. No. Can the A-10s go into the accelerator? Yes, yes they can. Is the Stackinator still maybe fired horizontally? So, the Stackinator actually can't really be fired horizontally. The projectiles that come out of it aren't going fast enough to make it across the world if you fire them horizontally. That's why it's fired at that angle. A beautifully aimed shot. $20 mil gets returned to sundered, it would seem. The bandits did not have their active defenses online in time. This can cause a problem. Kind of surprised Team Clipson isn't building into a horizontal orbital. Why don't they put a roof over the middle to prevent tier 3s from wrecking it? No idea! Truly not sure. But, you know, I know it's mechanically difficult because if you put something over here, you need to support the thing that you're putting over here, and if you're supporting the thing you're putting over here, then it's going to apply downwards pressure. Unless it, you know, build this large system of weight distribution, which is mechanically complex, architecturally difficult, but alas. $60 left, so we're not getting a lot more, attempts for out of these. Oh my god, that sniper shell just came out here and just wiped out. There it goes. Oh! That cut so deep. That just destroyed everything it touched. Stackinator is basically an artillery accelerator. Yes. It is a capacitor, a battery of projectiles. Voprof clone has been replaced by Felix. With 7 seconds left, can he make the difference? Wild. Absolutely wild. Alright. We got a chance. So we're gonna put up the vote here for you guys. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check so many things. Like, first off, how much greed did they go for? Like, obviously they were doing this massive reconstruction project here, but how quickly were they deleting things? Because we gotta see what's going on here. Get your votes in, guys. We have this much deleting. They need to do some vertical deleting now. Yep. Yep, just a little bit too delete happy. They had the idea right, just didn't quite get the timing down. And then the Stackinator's going. We saw how that went. And that it didn't. And then we saw how it went again when Eclipson defended against it. And then what happened here? Is it just... Oh my god! The Concentratenator leaked. Oh no. The Concentratenator leaked. Oh, it's so much damage. Oh, it all comes crumbling down. What a way to go. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay. That did it. And then this shot here, with the Stackinator, as it were. The projectile stasis container. This shot does terrible, terrible, terrible damage. We have a couple leak out, and then this happens. Look at this. It's like a just a shining ball of energy. Oh. And it just causes the whole thing to crunch. And the shots that came back did actually, because that was a because the Concentratenator acts as a return to sender at certain angles. And so when those shots came through here and hit the Concentratenator, just a hefty chunk of them went right back from whence they came. I think it's very shut down. But these, they go perfectly back through. Almost perfectly back through. Look at. That's absolutely nuts. This whole thing. We have the massive missiles. The Magna beams. The tier 3s going both ways as they reconstructed their tier 3s over here. Raining from on high. And this last shot here, right there, as it charges up. Good thing that energy shield in front of the core, yes. It would have ended. He repairs at the last moment, letting the projectiles through the return descenders, and they just penetrate through everything, go clean to ground. That's just so much damage and density. That is insane.
the devil and he
Speak of the man.
It's all chaos in here.
Hello.
How
It was
many
your
of you?
Hello. Yeah, and you can
GG.
see that this
Oh,
is
no.
why we had
Big-
such a coherent strategy, because
Every,
coordinate.
I blame
everyone,
everything on infinity power.
everything
Release
is
the
in.
BIOS.
Man, I had to summon for a guy with explosive diarrhea.
Stop, guys. Stop.
Oh
Yeah,
my
we all have
god, why are you
explosive
like
diarrhea, that's the
this?
conclusion.
Yeah.
Uh-huh,
no, more
uh-huh.
people are joining now.
No.
It won't stop.
Incursus, can I just say, we had a nice thing going, and then you pulled up our Discord on the fucking stream.
I noticed. That was the point.
Fucking sabotaged, man.
It was
And then
like
suddenly
4
everyone
people.
in the stream is in the Discord.
Yes. All right. Well, that was awesome. So it looks like we've got. It looks like we have. Let me check the result here real quick for those who haven't seen it already. It looks like Les Bandits will be considered the victor for this tiebreak in what has been an awesome round. I want to say thank you to everyone for joining vicariously or literally in whichever way was meaningful at the time. That was very well done.
Everyone quiet.
That was hilarious. Well done, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Let's
hosting.
go.
Thank you for hosting. Fantastic.
Hey, no.
Tournament
You should've
finish,
won.
let's go.
Shout out,
Roasting tournament.
shout out to Toothpaste Man and Ntrax for hosting. I'm just here to help you guys showcase the good games for the fans because this is awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also,
Let's
shout out
go.
to
Shout out to
Colgreat
Infinity.
Meme with Steam, which is
Otherwise,
highly.
you'd like
All right. Have a good one, guys. Good luck out
For the
there.
record,
Have
that's
a
a
nice
different
day,
Infinity,
fellas.
not me.
Yes.
No,
Yeah, we know. It's just all chaos. It is all chaos. Good lord. All right, guys. Wonderful time. Thank you all for joining. I hope you guys have had a good time because I know I have, and I'm looking forward to seeing the next set of madness to come through here. Oh, good lord. I need food. So I'm going to have to be signing out here. For those who are in the Discord, I will be jumping back online for some games later, probably doing some co-op Slay the Spire, or checking out some nuclear option. But for now, I want to say thank you to everyone for enjoying. I hope you've made your day just a little bit better. And I will see you guys later. The chances of funding another tournament? Very high. There's always more tournaments. There's like 4 tournaments going on right now. All of them are looking for more things. So if you would like to get involved with even more tournaments, there are absolutely more tournaments. But that is a conversation for later. And I will see you guys later. Good luck out there, everyone.